I should be there. Hello, sorry about the rough start. I had a brief argument with YouTube that wasn't doing what I wanted it to. Welcome everybody to our first live stream. I'm now a little bit put off because it didn't do what I expected, but that's fine. This is hopefully the first live stream that will be coming. My aim is to do them monthly. But I wanted to start off to say a little bit as to why I've decided at this point in time to create a YouTube channel. I've wanted to do something like this for a while. My aim being both to make myself happy, but by making other people happy. You all enjoying the content is what's important to me. What's caused it in time is the fact that I've been made redundant or laid off for American viewers from my job, and I'm of an age where finding new work isn't easy, so I've decided to create my own. And as I said, making people happy is something I now want to do as something in life. I've spent too long working and not being happy, and I realised that making other people happy makes me happy. So that's what I'm doing. I'm aiming to be very transparent with what I'm doing, how I'm doing it, why I'm doing it, so potentially other people can follow. So I know the title for this was very clickbaity. That was deliberate, but I am planning on doing lessons learnt each month at the end of the video. So that's to come later. Who I am, my actual name is Brian Woolbridge. I was formerly a theatre technician who, when I left theatre, started working in a university as a manager. After 12 years of that, they laid me off. So I've moved into this. So I've got a background in technical theatre. Prior to that, I did do some performing, so I've got some idea what I'm doing, but the TV and YouTube lark is new to me. The channel is storytelling, and what's actually causing me to choose what I'm doing is my audience, because that's how you make it work and that's how you make money. So do the right thing. What I'm planning on doing is using existing out of copyright material. So the Thedunwichhorror, which is one that's already up there, if you want to go and look at it, was one of them. All of the H.P. Lovecraft work is out of copyright. So that's part of what I'm doing. I did some Sherlock Holmes, found it very hard to read, and it didn't pick up. But suddenly when I did the Lovecraft content, it took off, as you'll see in some numbers I show later. So out of copyright, it won't just be Lovecraft. Lovecraft's where we're starting off. There's The Legend of Sleepy Hollow coming at the end of the month for Halloween, with the final episode of it being on Halloween. Again, watch for more on that later. Also, I want to add original content. I've already put out The Tale of Derek the Dice, which was written by me, as well as The Fall of Jebediah Hawthorne. So all set in the Lovecraft world, but there will be more work coming in dribs and drabs. Oh, I've got questions. Yes, Howard's work is out of copyright and is on the list. So I've looked at Howard. I've got Howard on the list. I also did a lot of research into Zelia Bishop, who did 3 stories with Lovecraft, because looking at when she died depended on the copyright period, but I think it just sneaks in. So some of that is actually coming fairly soon with The Curse of Yig. For any guess, hi Cliff, Cynthia is my wife, so feel free to nag her in chat if I miss anything. She can yell at me. So original content, as I said, transparency. I am using AI for the artwork. And yes, again, Algernon Blackwood already on the list. Arthur Machen probably coming. Haven't actually looked at his stuff yet, but I had looked at, and I have got the first part for one piece of Algernon Blackwood. But I do use AI. I would love to be able to pay artists. If I ever make enough money, I will move from AI to paid artists. But each episode is 20 to 40 pictures. I do 3 episodes a week. That is probably 2 full-time artists, if not 3. And as I said, I've just been laid off. I have no money to pay for a full-time artist. It's actually cost me a good amount of money for the subscription to do the art I'm doing. So yes, if it takes off, it will move more from AI art to original art. I really want to do that. I equally really want to pay more original writers and help young upcoming writers come up. So there's lots I would like to do, just takes money. One thing I'm not hiding from is that Lovecraft wasn't a nice person. He was racist, he was misogynist. He is not someone I think I would have been friends with at any point. And I am editing his works. I'm only changing the odd word here or there so that the really offensive ones are tweaked to something less offensive. And I will do all the way through. A, because I believe it's right. B, because if I didn't, YouTube would demonetize me before I started. So there's actually, Cliff, a particular tier on Patreon for people to submit if they want to, though I've got to get more than the one Patreon I have before I start doing that, so I'll certainly consider it. Thank you very much. So yeah, cutting racism out as much as I can. I really apologize if I missed the occasional word. I come from a very, very non-racist background. I don't know all the words. If I don't understand a word, I am going to look them up. But there might be words that I think I understand that I don't. And if that's the case, please point it out to me and I won't use it again in future. I can do no more than that, really. This point, I want to just throw a quick couple of credits. Midjourney, link in the description, is what I use for my AI art. But the real credit is the music I use, which isn't AI. It's from a website called TableTopAudio. I've contacted Tom, who is the musician that creates it all, and he is aware and is happy for my Patreon subscription to act as payment for his work that I use. The other one that's used came for free from the attribution source on YouTube, but the one that most of the audio in the episodes are from is from TableTopAudio. Only the intro is the other piece of music. As I said, links to both in the description. If you're a role player, if you're a gamer and you want music, go look at TableTopAudio. They also have special effects. So quick bit of upcoming stuff. Next thing we've got coming up is the Call of Cthulhu, releasing in about 17 minutes. So that's the next piece, and is 5 episodes, and then, as with everything that's multi-episode, everything will be combined a week, 2 weeks afterwards, coming out on a Saturday, as the Thedunwichhorror did yesterday. Moving after that, we have the Horror at Red Hook, which starts straight after the Call of Cthulhu, and I need to record the final one tomorrow, and then that will be ready for release. We have a very brief one after that with The Curse of Yig. Sorry for the bad artwork. It was the best I could do quickly in Midjourney. It looks really like something from Doctor Who or The Twilight Zone in the 60s. So it's got some appeal, but no, the final artwork will be far better than that. I couldn't resist it though. It's kind of got that weird 60s element to it. Then, at the end of the month, is a Halloween special in 5 days. So the 5 days leading up to and including Halloween, The Legend of Sleepy Hollow. So, slight turn, staying in the horror genre, but all of that will be going in. Hi Django, and thank you for that list. I've already got some of those down, but any more, especially if they're in the dark mystery horror genre, which is what people seem to like. Back to me. So, plans. Lots of plans. A lot of it depends on, can I make money? To put it bluntly, at the moment I'm probably working 10 to 12 hours a day, 7 days a week to produce the quantity of content I am. I can almost certainly keep up 3 episodes a week long term. I'm doing more than that at the moment to get myself a month ahead so that if I'm ill, content keeps coming out. But I can manage 3 episodes a week, which will be a full-time job. I can't do it and have a full-time job. So if I don't manage to get monetized, get members for Patreon or YouTube, I will still keep trying, but the amount of content will have to drop radically to probably 1 episode a week at most. But I do want to do some of the longer pieces. So Mansions of Madness coming some point in the future. I think it's somewhere between 20 and 30 episodes. So I'm trying to build the viewer base with shorter pieces, and then once I'm established, I can move on to something longer term. I've also, with this kind of oh, thank you very, very much. That's really nice. As well as the original content, what I want to try and do is live story content. So what that would be is chat leading the storyline as I create a story as we go. So that's something I want to try in the future, but I need to make sure I've got enough people coming into chat on a regular basis to make it work. So, you know, if there's no one showing up for the chats and I've got 2 people, sorry sweetheart, you don't count, then I want to go down that route. Needless to say, it probably won't have the artwork when I do it over chat, but I will then tidy it up, edit it, and put it out with artwork, music, etc. So that's again an idea as we get there. More original content. This one was from an experiment that didn't go so well. I tried a series of shorts. So it was 1 minute, 4 1-minute episodes. And no one watched them. When I put them together and put it out as one, it's actually doing quite well. I think 200 people had watched it last time I looked. So that there'll be content. I'm not looking so much at the shorts more than quick adverts now. I've mentioned monetization. That's subscribers. For YouTube to monetize, I need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. As of last count, about half an hour ago, I was at 341 with about 650 watch hours. But that's in 3 weeks pretty much. So there's a good chance. Hi, Fred. There's a good chance I will get there. It's just the sooner the better. That's where things like Patreon come on. Patreon has a Discord, because one thing I really want to do is build a strong community. Fred, who's just popped up in chat, is linked to another community I am, Canje Studios, who you will see lots of comments for, and conveniently looks vaguely like Derek the Dice and could be called Derek. But he has an amazing community and I want to build something like that. So I'm putting in things for a book club. People in the Patreon will help guide what stories are going on. So there's a lot I want to do. There's a lot I want to give back. At the moment, the tiers are free, which will just give notifications. Supporter, which gets you into Discord. Member, which there's a specific voice chat for on Discord. And then there are higher tiers, which I can't remember what I added to off the top of my head, to put it bluntly. But there are some of the higher tiers that are expensive, but they are there so that I will produce your work or help you write a story to put that out, or just for people that have the money and want to help. Please, 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 if you can't afford it, don't. I'm not there trying to get money out of people. People who enjoy it and can afford it, please subscribe, please join. If you can't, just enjoy the content. There is no pressure. So, that said, let's pop back to there and go for a quick preview. This is from episode 5 of Call of Cthulhu. Slowly, amidst the distorted horrors of that indescribable scene, she began to churn at the lethal waters, whilst on the masonry of that charnel shore that was not of earth, the titan thing from the stars slavered and gibbered, like Polypheme cursing the fleeing ship of Odysseus. So that was just a quick bit to show you how the work's coming on with sound effects and bits and pieces. So I hope you enjoyed that. That, as I said, is from episode 5. Frakis, is that how it's pronounced? Anyway, hello, welcome. If I pronounced it wrong, please correct me. So, moving on to the bit I quickly promised at the beginning, things I've learned in the first month of a YouTuber that's starting to become actually for a month, vaguely successful. Thumbnails are important. That was what I used originally for the thumbnail of the second one of the Dunwich-horrors. It didn't do well. That's what I switched it to. When I did, it did far better. Equally, you've got to get your thumbnails and your titles right if you want to get people to watch. Have a brand, have something people recognize, know your audience. Experiment a bit, find your audience, find what people like, and then you can use that to go forward. Find the length they want. I put out a questionnaire last week and it's saying two kind of things, the 20 to 30 minutes, largely 20 to 25, and a lot longer. I'm doing both because I'm combining the individual episodes of multi-part stories into one long piece. So that way I'm picking up both groups of people that like both. Release time. As you can see, if you get your timing really right, there, suddenly things go boom. Equally, they go boom very briefly. I've had two steep sudden up spikes in viewers. The second one you can see, the first one is there somewhere. But then it filters off. YouTube's weird. You suddenly see it and something that does really well, and then you're watching the views and they fall off a cliff. It literally went from 1 hour where there were 300 or 400 views an hour to 20 or 30 instantly. So go for it, Fred. So make sure you're getting your release time right and you're putting things that will catch your audience's attention, and it's what's right for your audience. Shorts, I haven't made them work. To make money out of them, you require millions of views. For full monetization, 10 million views. So I'm not going down there. Equally, I haven't found other social media helps that much. I think I'm getting about 700 odd views on TikTok. But Facebook and Instagram, 12 to 13. That shows the ebbs and flows where it suddenly goes up. That's the watch hours. And this is up till 8 o'clock this morning. So you can see, again, after yesterday's release, there's actually quite a peak because it was a 2-hour piece. Finding your audience is where those peaks come. Get to know the people and make friends with them. Engage with your audience, and then you've got a better chance to get there. And subs. Link vaguely to views, but not completely. The big thing is view hours. You need so many subs to get enough view hours to get monetized. After that, all your monetization is based on viewing hours and how much of adverts people watch. Patience. I've been lucky. Most people, when they start a YouTube channel, for the first several months, they're probably talking 10 to 15 views a week. Or 10 to 15 subs a week they go up by. I'm going up in 3 figures if I'm lucky. So I'm hoping I can make this work, as I said. But it's patience and making sure you're set to give it time. Otherwise, technically, if you can afford to, avoid electronic green screen, go for a real one. It's a lot cleaner. I started off with an electronic one and didn't like it. And it's only about 80 quid on Amazon for an auto cue. Get a script, use an auto cue. Now, the voice in the background has told me that in about 2 minutes' time, the first episode of Call of Cthulhu is being released. So I'm going to sign off now and hopefully let you all go watch that. So thank you all for coming. Thank you that are watching this in the future for watching, and farewell for now. I'll see you soon. Bye all.